Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, hi, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing, and if you are back, welcome back. Today I'm here with a really special unboxing that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you all. This very plain white nondescript box actually contains all of my materials for my next cross-stitch conversion project. Now I say my next project, but I've actually put my first attempt at this on indefinite hold and have decided to try with a different chart and with a different setup and with some different materials that'll hopefully make this project a lot more relaxing to work with. So if you'd like to find out more about my last project, my last really large scale cross-stitch conversion that I had started towards the beginning of this year with you all, I have a playlist dedicated to that and this project, as well as a video that explains in a lot more detail and a lot more just thoughtfully and more verbosely why I put that project on hold. So feel free to check that out if you're curious, but the long story short is that my next project is in here. And yes, I believe that this includes the canvases, and you may be surprised because you're looking at this going, that's not very wide, but I'm gonna explain it to you in just a bit. So I'm gonna save the reveal for the canvas itself till the end, but I did just really briefly want to explain what the process of ordering looked like because I am trying out a new supplier. Everything in here is from Evermoment on AliExpress, including the diamonds as well as the canvases. So what I ended up doing is I took a look, and I'm hiding it because like I said, I'm going to reveal the design to you guys here at the end. But the design size is here, 750 wide by 536 high. You can convert that to centimeters by either dividing the number by 4 or multiplying by 0.25. That's the same math. And what that shook out to was that my total project size was going to be 187.5 centimeters by 134 centimeters. So very large. Actually, I think about the same exact size as the first project that I attempted. I decided to break this one down a little bit differently, and that was one of the main takeaways that I had. So I could show you, I even drew myself a picture because I was like, I need a visual guide for this. Otherwise, I'm afraid I'm going to get it wrong. Where I mapped out, you know, roughly here's the canvas and here's the width, 187.5 centimeters by 134. And I decided to split it horizontally. So I'll have 4 panels horizontally, and then I split it down the middle vertically as well. So each panel is going to be 93.75 centimeters by 33.5 centimeters, which is why I can get away with having a package this small with the contents. Now, the thing with, at least with Evermoment, was that I really did need to do most of the work up front myself. Let me talk while I open this. So I needed to do the math and tell them exactly what size I needed. I also needed to do all the math when it came to the diamonds. Now, I did start with contacting them. You can message them through AliExpress. I believe the owner of Evermoment is Zoe, and she's, you know, she's very sweet. I think that sometimes in the if they're writing to you in English, there might be, you know, a little bit of a hiccup of words here and there, but if you're confused about anything that they're asking for, you can always just ask for clarification, and they were really wonderful to work with. She did send me, she was actually able to email me a spreadsheet that she asked me to fill out with the exact DMCs. What is that noise? Okay. And the number of each diamond that I was going to need. Wow, this box. This is the opening. So there are some really wonderful resources, and there's a couple of different Heaven and Earth Designs Facebook groups, and one of them includes a breakdown of like explaining how to do these. But what I ended up doing was in this spreadsheet, so for example, this is okay for me to show, by the way. This is not, you're not supposed to show cross-stitch charts on YouTube because those are licensed, but these are just color lists. But you can see the DMC number. So for example, DMC 150, I'm going to need this number of diamonds for the whole project. So 1,470 diamonds in the color 150. And so in this chart, in one column, I would put the number 150, and the other I'd put the number 1470. So she explains that to you and like has it marked and everything. Now, there are a few DMC colors that exist in thread, like floss, but don't exist in diamond painting, like diamonds. So there's actually a conversion chart in these Facebook groups that I was mentioning, these HAED Facebook groups, that I will link to them below. But those offer good like alternatives for all of these other floss like DMC colors that might be called for, so you know what DMC you can request instead. So it did take a little bit of time to fill all of this out, and of course I wanted to go back and double check and verify, but once I sent that spreadsheet back to them, they showed me where to pay and everything, and let me know that my order would be processed relatively quickly, and it shipped out, and they said that I think I would have it within 10 days of it shipping out, depending on, customs and stuff like that. I think that I had this like less than 2 weeks from the moment that I ordered and paid. So it shipped quickly. I want to make sure I'm not cutting through. Okay, it is foam wrapped. Now, Evermoment has been around AliExpress for a while, and they're one of the companies that I most frequently heard about as far as good drill quality goes. And just based on the experience that I had, I just really, really wanted to have as good a chance as possible at getting high quality diamonds. I also saw that they had switched to offering poured glue canvases, and that was another thing that was extremely important to me. And so I was really happy to see that as well. So I thought that the cost point was also good. They'll give you a quote and everything ahead of time. So if you want to, you can always source, you can request estimates from different sources and figure out like what you want to do. But all right, so let's take a look. Okay, so it looks like the canvases, these purple tubes, I think are really common. Okay, so yeah, I ended up ordering 8 blank canvases that are each 35 by 95 centimeters, and it looks like they packed 2 to a tube. I'm so excited to get to work with poured glue as well. We'll open these. These will even be nice tubes to maybe store them in potentially after. Okay. So part of me is looking at these and going, is that really all of the diamonds? Like, is this actually everything that I need? I will have to, I'm probably going to do inventory on these just to be totally sure, because to be honest, I'm looking at these and going, is this enough? Unless they're just really tightly vacuum packed, I'm gonna have to double check. Maybe because I was used to how my last supplier packed them, which was in a bunch of those tiny bags, whereas these are, you know what? I don't think that this includes all of my diamonds, because I see 1 of 12, 2 of 12, 3 of 12, 4 of 12. Okay, so I will have to look into that. I don't know if maybe there's a separate box that shipped. I will have to go and double check. Actually, I do have one other box that came today. I'm gonna go double check that. I will be right back. Okay, you guys, so I'm super bummed. My other packaging did not have any other colors in, or anything else from Evermoment in it. So what I want to do though is I'm still going to go ahead and pull out some of these canvases to look at. I'm going to probably do inventory on these after we finish looking at these, just because I want to see if maybe there was a mix-up, but I really doubt that there was. And I'll send a picture and an email over to Evermoment, and I'm sure that they'll get me the rest of my diamonds sent out. But for now, I would really love to take a look at one of these canvases and see what we're working with. I'm very excited, you guys. Like I said, poured glue. I really, really hope. You know what? Oh my God, this makes me feel so much better. You guys, They tucked the rest of the diamonds in with the canvases. Oh, okay, I am breathing a huge sigh of relief. I should have known that these felt heavy. Okay, I feel so much better. I was gonna be so sad, you guys. I was legitimately gonna be so stinking sad. No, they're just really space efficient. Okay, so that should be all. Yeah, all of them should be in here then. Oh, I'm breathing a huge sigh of relief. You guys have no idea. Okay. Are you laughing at me? How many of you were screaming at the screen like, Katie, open the tubes. Katie, open the tubes. So let me shift these. You guys, I already am looking at these and going, this is going to be such a much more enjoyable size and manageable size to work on. I'm so happy. So there are 2 canvases rolled up in here. And like I mentioned, I broke this. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I do have a list. So I can do inventory on these. That is perfect. Yay. Okay, so each one of these panels, I did add an extra centimeter or 2 to give me a little bit of wiggle room each direction. As I'm looking at these, I don't know how well it's gonna, yeah, you can see it on camera. There are faint grid lines, which I'm really happy about, that you can definitely see them vertically. They're a little trickier to see horizontally, but that will roughly break down the squares into 10 by 10 sections, which means cross-stitching, using a cross-stitch chart is gonna be that much easier. You guys, the quality on this, I am just so happy right now. The canvases themselves feel like a really nice material, like it's a really nice quality. A lot of times these canvases that you'll get off of AliExpress will be like a really cheap oilcloth. That is not the way that Evermoment has gone. The backing is nice quality. It's already wanting to lay flat on its own, but it doesn't feel, it feels both malleable and sturdy. I like that the edges are serged and scalloped. I'm not gonna have to worry about fraying. I just am so happy right now, you guys. I feel like my joy is back. My joy is back for this project. I'll be able to roll these up without it being a huge headache. And just the idea of breaking this canvas down into 8 sections this size just is gonna feel so much more manageable for me to have just this size canvas in front of me to work on, to be able to roll it if I need to. Oh, my heart is just so happy. So these are 2 of the canvases, and I believe all of them are going to be the same. Oops, I did not wipe off my table before I started this. I apologize. That's not Evermoment. That's me. But I'm going to roll this back up and put it back in that tube. I want to pull out the other colors to show you guys, and I really want to get a good look at these diamonds because the diamonds are honestly one of the main reasons that I chose to go with Evermoment. I worked on an Evermoment early in my diamond painting career when I wasn't as familiar with licensing and how it works and whatnot. And I was happy with the diamond quality then. I've heard good things about it now. I don't really want to have to pull out the, okay, I can just pop open the other end. I was like, I don't want to have to pull out the canvases for every single one if I can avoid it, but I want to get the diamonds out and make sure I have all of them because I had that little scare there at the beginning. Oh, my poor panicking moment there. But I really want to take a look at these diamonds and see if I can tell if there are going to be issues with tabs or anything like that. And if I'll be able to tell like at a glance if they're acrylic or resin and if they are high quality of either because not all materials are created equal. But I am so happy that as it turns out, oops, all the diamonds are here. Like I said, they were just space efficient. This was a heavy box. So we should have 12 of these, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, I do really appreciate that it looks like these are the bigger bags. Like, since you tell them exactly how many diamonds you need, they can do a mix of a mix of different size bags. So you don't have a million of the tiny bags that only hold 200 diamonds each. Okay, to me, at first glance, these look like good quality, because some of the things that I feel like I will notice if something is either like just acrylic instead of resin in general, because I think that Evermoment says that their stones are resin. But if it's poor quality acrylic, or even poor quality resin, I suppose, you'll sometimes see like little divots cut out the side or tabs hanging off the side. I'm pulling out some, let's look at a light color too. To me, these look really consistent in size and quality. I'm not seeing little kind of like knobbly bits or tabs. There's a concave diamond or two, but that is not a problem if it's just here and there. I'm being a total nitpicky person about these because I just had such a difficult experience with my last materials. Let's look at these 310. They're very sparkly, it looks like. You guys, I don't want to, I see a tiny tab on that one diamond. Again, here and there is okay. A lot of times you cannot tell until you are placing them on the canvas if they're going to fit together well without popping. But at least the other good thing is that with these canvases being poured glue, that's generally more forgiving anyway. So hopefully just all around popping is not going to be so much of a problem. I'm going to pull one more color to look at. A light color. If you're looking with me, hopefully you're also seeing that there's a tiny like little piece of trash in there. Again, a tiny bit of trash here and there I can handle. It's the like lots of them having the tiny little bits sticking off. These do have a tiny bit of trash. It's really minimal. I'm seeing one or two diamonds that have tiny little tabs sticking off the side. So I will have to wait and see until I am placing these on the canvas. But I do think that this looks better. I think this looks better. Yeah, this color, I didn't notice as much with some of the others. This color, I see like one or two in each bag that I see a little tab hanging off of. So I don't love that, but even some of like the very best quality diamonds, you'll see like a tab or two here and there. Let's look at this green, and then I will stop like analyzing these diamonds. Yeah, see, I see a tiny little tab right there, but I have to say that especially just looking at the bottoms of these diamonds, they're flat. They look very uniform. I think that I have a much better chance with these. And I've heard like across the board a lot of really good things about Evermoment. I see them recommended quite often for materials for cross-stitch conversion to a diamond painting projects. So I am optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think the canvases look incredible. No doubt about that. I think the canvases look absolutely amazing. So I'm really happy with what I'm seeing with those. Do you want to take a quick look? I can, you know what? I think that they printed this probably just directly from the spreadsheet that I filled out. So I will probably take some inventory, and I'll probably do a separate kitting up video for those of you that are curious. But you can see, yeah, I filled in the DMC and then the quantity. I think that on the spreadsheet that they sent me, that it was actually written in Chinese, but they had also sent me screenshots of like, this is the tab you want to look for, and like pointing and saying like, write the DMC in this box and the quantity in this box. And of course they verified everything with me before, you know, they processed everything. So I felt like it was a really thorough process, even though I was a little bit intimidated or nervous at first that like I said, I think the actual spreadsheet itself was written in Chinese. So it was okay though, because they spoke English and were very clear and communicative and tried to be very helpful. So I am liking what I'm seeing. I'm cautiously optimistic about the diamonds. I am planning to kit this up and work on this pretty quickly. So I will probably go ahead and film a kitting up video, because it's probably going to be, I mean, it may be similar to my last project, but I know a lot of you enjoy seeing these kitting up videos, and it'll be fun to go through this process with you all. But now this is I guess a fun reward for those of you that made it to the very end of the video. Would you like to know what this project even is? So this is from an artist whose work I've been eyeing for some time. This particular image, this chart on Heaven and Earth Designs, has been on my wish list and on my radar for over 6 months. I always kind of had in my head that like this or one of another of this artist's work is what I want to do as my next large project. And so it was a no-brainer for me, and also a sign that like, yes, it was time to table my last project, because I got so excited at the thought of getting to work on this one. So here's what I have. This gorgeous image is titled Once Upon a Fairy Tale. It's from the artist Amy Stewart. Go and take a look at her amazing artwork that's available at Heaven and Earth Designs. But she has a lot of artwork that's in this like shelf style, and it was going to be this one or the Grand Library was my other choice. But I love that this one still has a lot of these amazing fantasy elements that I know and love. I briefly considered getting this supersized version because of the level of detail, and then decided that I needed to keep a little bit of sanity in my life. But if you look at this, you can see how it's very naturally broken down into 4 sections, going across like 4 separate shelves. And so each section is going to basically be one of these shelves, and then it's split down the middle this way. So one section is just going to be like from here to here, like this half of this shelf. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm hoping that that's going to feel like the satisfaction of a finish more quickly with these smaller panels. Like I said, each panel is 33.5 by 93.75 centimeters when you break it down. And like I said, I think that's just going to feel much more accessible to me, a lot less overwhelming, and really easy sections to work on. So I'll be using the Pattern Keeper app on my Kindle Fire. I think they just call them Amazon Fire tablets now, but I'll be using that. That was not a problem on my last project, so I'll be doing that again as well. And my hope is that I can check in with you guys after I complete each panel that I'm working on, each of the 8 panels. So we'll see though. I want to approach this with just a really I need to enjoy this project type of mentality, and I'm really excited for it though. I think this artwork is beautiful, and I'm excited. I think the colors available are going to be really amazing as well. I don't think I mentioned, it has a total of, 88 colors. 88 colors. I did not get the max color version, which has over 200 colors. Again, I couldn't bring myself to do the max color or the super size for this project. I was like, I need to keep it somewhat sane. So anyway, you guys, this is my unboxing of the materials for Once Upon a Fairy Tale. The chart is licensed from the artist Amy Stewart and available at Heaven and Earth Designs. The canvases, as well as the diamonds, are all from Evermoment. The process of ordering can feel a little bit complex and intimidating, but I highly recommend joining the Heaven and Earth Designs diamond painting Facebook groups that I'll have linked below. And also know that you can always message the shop itself for help. I will say though that I cannot give you a full endorsement of this shop because I have not worked with these materials yet. So in good conscience, I cannot say for sure either way that, these diamonds are great to work with or these canvases are perfect. I'll just say that at first glance, I do like what I'm seeing. So take it with that grain of salt, please. Please don't do anything based on just this unboxing because like I said, I would hate for me to tell you this looks great. Yeah, go for it. But then when I start working with it to be okay, not so much. I don't suspect that's going to happen, but I really want to give that disclaimer, especially after my last project. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing. I am feeling very excited and energized to work on this project. I will definitely be kitting it up pretty soon and figuring out some fun matching accessories and whatnot, and I will keep you posted on my progress. So let me know what you think. Let me know if there's like a part of this that you want me to start on first. I'll probably pick a corner to start with. So let me know if you have any votes. I'll link to the listing so you can get a look at the original artwork more closely as well. Anyway, thanks again for hanging out, you guys. If you want to follow along with my progress on this project and you're not already subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I would really love to have you. And give this video a thumbs up if you had fun and found it helpful. So thank you again for watching, you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll chat with you in the next one. Bye.